What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Panther Tales with your host, Wesam. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the disappointing preseason game against the Buffalo Bills and why, even though it's only preseason, it brought us back to years past of preseason games to where we play poorly and then start off the season horribly. We'll also go over what we've heard from Dave Canales and some of the players since the game, some of the roster battles that are starting to get really interesting, and then we'll look ahead to Friday night's game against the Jacksonville Jaguars and talk about what we need to see from this team before the regular season gets here, even though we will have one more preseason game after that. But the starters probably won't play. So we're back, and here's Don, here's David again. And we're going to go ahead and break down this preseason game against the Buffalo Bills. So before the game, I watched Canales' interview. Canales wanted Carolina's play style to show up and said it starts with the run and the offensive line, ironically. And then the game happened. The starters went 3 and out 3 straight times. The run game never got established, and the offense never really found a rhythm. So wasn't great to see. My angle, I'm not freaking out just yet because it's preseason, but what bothered me was how familiar it looked from preseason games of the past. And we've watched in the past us struggle in the preseason, and that bleeds into the regular season. So I'm hoping not the same thing happens. But let's just talk about the game. What did you guys feel about it? What were your initial reactions to it?
Well, on offense, the thing is we went out there like we were supposed to establish the run, then get our plays going, and the run was never established. And honestly, it made me kind of miss Icky, man, because I felt like Icky is our guy that kind of leads the way when it comes to run blocking.
He does.
As much as people don't give him the credit for it, I would have loved to see the run game get established, but I think because it never got established, the passing game never got going. So, and I'm not really disappointed in the offense as much because we know what it looks like when it is executed. It's a pretty good offense. You know, it just didn't get going that game. Defense. At this point, man, Evero is losing me more and more. It's like I'm not looking for a shutdown 85 Bears defense, but I just want to at least see that the scheme is working, things are getting executed. Bills receivers were so wide open, it makes no sense. And that's not on the players.
Any of us could have had receiving yards against our defense.
Like that much separation, that much real estate they had on that field, man, that's not a player's thing. That's a coaching thing. That's a scheming thing. And I'm not understanding what the issue is. But the pressure was somewhat there.
Yes.
The pressure was Jalen Phillips looked good. Cam Gill, he looked good. Princely still trying, but he
got there. He got there.
Yeah, with Jalen, yeah.
Yeah, so it's I like it. I like and our safeties are playing their ass off this preseason. Wheatley, Isaiah Simmons is having a great preseason. I see we like to have him at safety. Yeah. You know, in the beginning of his career, he was like that linebacker safety hybrid, but now I think he's comfortable at safety here with us. And I would love to see him stay on this team, man. He has a lot to prove, and I think he's doing good so far. Ransom is still a maniac out there.
Yeah. Gibson had some nice pressure too.
I like Gibson, man. I do.
I did from last year. Man. Like he came out of nowhere and just like he is continuing to produce now in the preseason. Yeah. Like I think he's someone who definitely should make a roster. Yeah. And then like Nkoum out of nowhere, had some good pass rushing skills too.
Yeah, it showed. I think the depth is starting to come along now. Now we got Pat Jones get ready to roll back in. The depth is coming. The pressure is starting to come through. I just need to know what's going on with the secondary. Devin Lloyd looked great.
Yes.
I'm excited for Devin Lloyd at this point, man.
You know, damn, I had something. I forgot. What do you got, David?
Yeah, so for the offense, I'm not going to look too much into it, to be honest. Yeah. Like, we weren't using our full starting offensive line, first and foremost. Second, Jonathan Brooks, like, he looked when he got going, he looked pretty good, but it's also his first game back in like a year and a half. So like,
How good just to see him back.
He has
yeah,
juice,
like
man.
it
He
was
got a
pretty
lot of
amazing.
juice.
Like I saw, like when we saw glimpse, I think there was like a play where like I think Bryce like did like a short pass to him like down the side, and he just
Yeah.
kind of like took off for like 9 yards, and like I was just like, okay, like that's that speed that we were seeing, that we
Yeah.
were hearing about in training camp.
Yep.
Yeah.
The biggest important thing for me was no injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because and I got a little concerned there when Brooks was going up the middle through the run.
And you could
Zavala,
see he was a little hesitant too, but makes so much sense to be after missing so much time. But yeah.
yeah.
Once again, I got nervous too. I was clenching every time he touched the
And-
ball, like I told y'all in the group chat.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing, right? Like well, some people got injured, but like they're not the starters. Like Bryce didn't get injured, T-Mac didn't get injured, Brooks didn't get injured, thank God. So again, I don't think we should look too much into it. I think when things start to get concerning would definitely be these upcoming preseason games.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jacksonville and Texans. I agree. The entire offense was like for that game was built about committing to the run, getting the run game going.
Yep.
We couldn't get that going, and so that made the defense on the Bills one-dimensional. Where whenever we tried to get the ball out quickly, like we just couldn't because the pressure was so immense. And shout out to the Bills because their defense brought the heat.
They came out ready to play.
No pun intended, because it was that hot that day. But I think like also like in terms of Bryce, while he didn't light it up on the stat board or really contribute as much as he could have to make plays happen, I don't think like there was something different than early season Bryce. Early season Bryce would like be a little finicky. He would try to do too much, and like he would, fumble the ball, throw an interception, cause our team to he would make mistakes that would put us at a disadvantage.
Yep.
I didn't see that in the couple snaps that he got. In fact, I think like he kind of did the best that he could.
Yep.
But given the circumstances, but at the same time, like it wasn't enough to make plays and extend drives.
I would have liked to see him take a shot somewhere. Like
I don't think there was enough time.
I know they were playing good defense and he was getting pressured, but just one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is our first preseason game with all the starters, like minus the offensive line, pretty much. And that was really the story of it. The offensive line could not give the run game enough time, couldn't give Bryce enough time. But I just don't like. Once again, I just don't want to continue to blame the offensive line, even though that was the case. So, like, when does it get to a point where it's like, okay, yes, the offensive line played bad, but what could we have done to like maybe have made a play or two there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it was more. I think like if we want to like divvy up the blame per se, most of it definitely goes to the interior line. I think that fell apart really quickly, but also just the whole offense kind of just wasn't either on the same page, or it just kind of just the entire unit didn't take off, and I think that's the most important thing, that it wasn't specifically on one person per se, but as a unit as a whole. Because like once like that run game got like was non-existent, Buffalo was just like, yeah, you're not running the ball. Like the identity of where we were heading for in that preseason game just kind of just disappeared. And so then it became like a thing where it's just like, okay, now we got to change it up, but we don't want to show too much. And like, I don't want to like, do stupid stuff to put the ball in danger. And you kind of, when you have all those restrictions, you kind of just have to do the best that you can.
Yeah.
I think when we get to the week one for sure, especially at home, the playbook, we'll see the full playbook. We'll see the full offense just kind of go off, and it'll be fine.
I just hope it's not a slow start again, brother.
Right. Yeah, me too. I will also say on the defensive side, I agree with the pass rush. Jalen Phillips looks like the star that we paid 120 million for, so that is very good. He got a sack, got a lot of pressures in the 9 snaps that he played.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
that pass rush is back with Derek Brown too.
Yeah,
I was telling you guys that I'm gonna get a new jersey. I always do every year, and I was deciding between Lloyd and Phillips. Phillips was always like my top choice. I think he solidified that with the game. I know it's preseason, but damn that move he made to get around the lineman. Let's go, bro.
But we also are, I also saw the weaknesses, not just the obvious with the secondary, but just like, if we have one or even two, we're just a couple injuries away on our defense to where it will completely fall apart. It's basically being held together with like glue and like tape, essentially.
Who specifically?
Devin Lloyd. If Devin Lloyd goes down, I don't.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Then it's just our defense from last year, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which wasn't bad.
We can't. So we can't. I'm not concerned about our corners. If we lose either Mike Jack or J.C. Horn, not both, obviously, but if we lose one or the other, I think we'll be fine. Linebackers, I'm more concerned. If we lose Devin Lloyd, I think we're gonna have the same problems as last year for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Lloyd is literally going to carry our linebacker group for the entire season. We can't lose Derek Brown, for obvious reasons.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say to you, Don. That we got all that pass rush without Derek Brown playing, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's exciting to see.
Yeah, that was huge, man. But and like I said, it's still, like I said, Pat Jones is coming back. He kind of still has something to prove as well. So the edge rush room is still kind of a mystery. We cannot afford to lose anyone to injury, though. Like none of these guys. We need all hands on deck for the season.
And really, I think Jacksonville is going to be the last game we play our starters. Realistically, I don't think they will play them against Houston. Mm-hmm. I guess we will see. But if it looks the same against Jacksonville, I know it's preseason and you guys aren't concerned as of right now, but does your concern level raise if we play that same way against Jacksonville in this preseason game on Friday night?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say so.
Especially because the starters should kind of be playing just a little bit more this time. You're kind of revving it up just a little bit. So you at least want to see some type of execution going.
Okay, so we're on the same page there. Because, once again, I am a little concerned already just because we've seen this before and we saw how it played out. I will be very concerned if we play that same way.
I think what Canales should do, well, obviously, we talked about this off camera, but we need to pay attention definitely to the joint practices coming up tomorrow with Jacksonville, and then whenever we play against the Texans at home, because that's where a lot of the starters are going to be playing against the ones on the opposing teams, and they both have pretty good defenses as well.
Texans have a top 3 defense, so very good practice.
Yeah.
So if we see the same things as like we did in the Bills game against Jacksonville on preseason on Friday, it'd be pretty concerning. But again, I wouldn't look too much into it compared to training camp, because I think a lot of people, what they're taking out of or blowing out of proportion is the amount of snaps that the offense actually got as a whole, the ones on the Bills game, compared to the 2s and the 3s, so if Canales says that the ones and the joint practices look really good, they got a lot of reps in, we saw a lot of good things, and we're probably not going to see the ones play as much in the next 2 preseason games. Like we'll see a drive in Jacksonville. If they look bad during that one drive, I don't think we should blow that out of proportion either, because it's just one drive, right?
Yeah.
But if they get the same amount, like 3 drives basically, and they go 3 and out once more, yeah, that'd be a little concerning, a little bit, because something is not translating at that point from the training and even the joint practices to the actual field for whatever reason.
Exactly.
Well, I think what this team has done really well last year is kind of like learn from their mistakes, I think.
Absolutely.
Like the players, for sure. Like Mike Jackson, for example, he missed that easy interception against Green Bay where it was just like, it just floated towards him, right? It was just really easy. He could have taken that all the way home for a pick 6, and he just dropped it, essentially. After that moment, I don't think I saw him ever miss an interception. Like he got interceptions in the next game for the rest of the season. So it's like those kinds of moments where like, like, hey, we made a mistake, we fucked up, cost us the game, or just like we just didn't perform to our standard. This team is going to improve upon it. It's not going to just sit back and be like, well, it's just a preseason game. I think they're going to prepare.
Yep.
We won't see the same mistakes, I don't think.
No. I trust this team. Now, I think I've gained trust with this team to learn and execute better. I mean, a lot of these players, they really take accountability on stuff like that. Like I said, this like from the last episode, it's like those games where we won the big games and then turn around and lose to the Saints.
Yeah.
You can see the growth within this team. I think they know what they have to do and they'll get it done.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say, even if it's one drive and we look like we did against the Bills and that's all they get, I will be concerned, because I've just seen it before.
Yeah.
And it makes like it starts our team off slow.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping we see a little, just get us a first. Just get us a first. Like, just the fact that T-Mac, Coker, and League were out there and like none of them got even a catch. Damn. But that's just where I'm sitting. So after the game, these were the kind of post-game interviews. This is just how I felt about Bryce Young. He didn't seem down, said it didn't go how they wanted it, but you learn and grow, and it's preseason. My angle is I like that he wasn't shaken, but if this leaks into the regular season, it becomes a completely different conversation, because, it's easy to not get down when it's preseason and you could just say that, like, yeah, we didn't play well. Yeah. But again, if it just leaks into the regular season like it has in years past, that's where I'll be a little concerned. Do you like how emotionally even Bryce stays, or would you like to see more frustration?
I like that I see more confidence this year in him. He looks more comfortable. And now he's starting to have like a little bit of a swagger to him. That's what I like to see. And like, even though those drives, they were quick 3 and outs, I kind of appreciated that they were just quick 3 and outs. There was nothing there. He didn't try to force anything. He let it be, and we just had to punt the ball.
Sure.
So I think it's, I like his confidence. I like the fact that he's cool, calm, and collected, because that's what we need right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think it really shows the emotional maturity of this young quarterback that we have. He's like, what, 25 now?
Yes.
Some people might take it the wrong way, but like, honestly, like, I mean, like, some people might take it the wrong way. In terms of just like,
maybe some people, but like, once again, just the fact. If it was a regular season game, I'm sure he would be more upset. Just the fact that he knows it's preseason, I like that. I just personally like that he was like, yeah, man, we didn't play well, but...
and everyone during those interviews, they interviewed like a couple people, Jonathan Brooks and Jassim Reed too. Like, no one was down. No one was frustrated, Like, yes. And I think that's the most important thing, is that, like, yeah, like we sucked during our first preseason game. Like there's no other way to put it.
No other way around that. Yes.
No beating around the bush. Like we were ass. We keep it a buck. We ass.
Yes.
But like but they're on the same mentality as like us. Like this preseason game doesn't define what they've been practicing this entire off season, won't define this entire season upcoming, and they feel confident about like what they have accomplished together, and I think that's the most important part.
On that same point, how confident are you in Bryce Young heading into the season?
I still am pretty confident.
Yeah, I like it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for him, man. The weapons are there now. We get a fully healthy Coker to play with him. Brooks is up and running now. Hopefully Chuba is fine by week 1. We got Darren Waller now. So it's like the weapons are in place. He seems confident. I like Isaac's play calling from the first preseason game. So I think once we see it all together, once I see that first down of the regular season, then I'm going to get pumped.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a Bryce believer. I am a little nervous right now. I can't lie, because this really is his last chance.
Yeah, it's make or break, man.
I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, and everyone.
He doesn't have a contract, so he knows that this is the year to really put it all together.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel confident in him just because of like, even though like what Don was saying earlier, like I liked how he didn't force mistakes to happen. He didn't force the ball like I have to make a play and just like force it, throw it down, T-Mac down there somewhere, and then it gets intercepted. Or he just kind of just gets overwhelmed by the amount of pressure and just drops the ball and fumbles or whatever.
Do y'all know his stats? Do y'all know how many times did he throw?
He only threw 5 times.
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
Yep.
Okay.
This is really like not anything to really look into.
Sure. No, I was just curious.
Yeah. So because
if y'all watched my live, I fell asleep before halftime.
Oh yeah, it was definitely not. It was definitely lower quality than the Hall of Fame game. That's for sure.
I won't lie, guys. Watching yourself fall asleep in real time is a weird thing to see.
But I think that's also what people want to see as well in the beginning, is that they don't want to see their potential franchise quarterback be the cause of them losing the game. Right? With turnovers, especially, or just making stupid decisions. And I think that we're going to see less of those in the beginning of like against the Bears for sure. Just based on how the reports about how confident and how much of a owner that Bryce is with the system that Canales has put into place. He's more comfortable in it. The coaches have definitely push that narrative like every single like training camp session, and even just like the minuscule snaps that he had in the preseason, like just dealing with whatever's being thrown at him and not panicking.
Yeah.
Like not being twitchy, not trying to force it. And I would rather have that than just him just panicking, being like, oh, this is my big year. Like I need to make something happen. I need to prove that I'm worth something.
Yeah.
Throw it down the field. It gets intercepted. And all of a sudden, like he's the cause of us losing the game.
Yeah,
it's nice to come in here and talk about what's been on my mind and have other Panther fans make me feel better heading into the season. So moving on to the other interviews, Canales said the offensive line and run game weren't good enough. Preseason games matter for evaluation. He liked Princely's improvement from game 1 to game 2 and thought the pass rush looked good. Jonathan Brooks, Canales got emotional talking about him. He got emotional in the locker room when he was talking to Brooks. He didn't get emotional talking about him at the podium. This was Brooks' first preseason game in his first NFL, ever, in his first football action in quite a while after the 2 knee injuries. What concerned you more against Buffalo, the offensive line or the run game?
Offensive line.
Yeah, definitely O-line. When I saw Brooks run, you can still see the juice is there. The juice is there, man. Once we get the actual starters in, oh man, I think he's going to have some big plays.
And once again, that's the main point. Both of our guards aren't our regular starters. Both of our tackles are 2 new tackles into our system. So just there's going to be
a rookie.
There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there. What did it mean just seeing Brooks back on the field, and what are realistic expectations for him this year?
I don't want to jump the gun, but like some of even the short runs, you can just tell, man. It's like I said, the juice is still there. I feel like it's going to be a big year for Brooks. It really is. It really is. You just got to pray that he's healthy.
Chuba's going to be there. I think it's going to be a lot of split carries, like what Rico Dowdle and Chuba was supposed to be. I think what we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see a better version of it, in my opinion.
Yes, because they complement each other. Like, people don't understand. Like, player chemistry is a real thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure Rico and Chuba respected each other, but their relationship is not even remotely close to the same as Chuba and Jonathan Brooks is. So, I think we'll see a better version of what we had last year.
And plus, I would love to see a healthy mix of A.J. Dillon. He's having a good preseason as well.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, man. Good. You can make him as a good red zone threat. I like the Tyus kid. He was pretty good. He's had another good running game. H-in, again, I'm over it. I'm so over it, man. Oh my goodness. It's like he just runs with molasses, man. When I looked at the numbers, I think what he had, 6 carries, 7 yards.
Woo! Once again, I was asleep at that point, so thank you for the stat.
It's just like every time I see him get the ball, man, it's like, oh, I know this play is over real soon.
Yeah, I mean, like when we drafted him, it's always just like, oh, okay, the coaching staff knows what they're doing, and I'm sure there is a plan and whatever. But we'll see.
Yeah.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, I think for Jonathan Brooks, I think the most important thing for me, for my expectations, is just him not getting injured, number one. Yeah, he needs to be healthy. He just needs to be healthy for the entire season. But also, just I want to see consistency. I don't need him to rush for like 1,000 yards or whatever. But like I need to see that, like, hey, like he still got it even with the torn ACL that he recovered from twice already. And that, like, you know, like if something happens to Chuba, which is currently happening, like at least like our running back room isn't completely destroyed. Like we can rely on Brooks to help carry the workload. And then we could also rely on Quadzilla as well, you know? So that's what I want to see. I want to see like just consistency in how he runs, explosiveness as well. I want to see a lot of explosiveness, and just staying healthy, honestly.
All right, the last question was about the pass rush, but I think we've hit the pass rush pretty good. So we'll move on to the offense and the offensive line, fixing what we saw. Luke Fortner had an interview. They need to play better together, but he said they have plenty of time to fix the mistakes. While I think that is true, we don't have that much. I mean, the season's right around the corner, baby. And he'll always stick up for his teammates. I talked about that on the last episode, but he talked about it in his interview. And he said on his job description, it just says protect Bryce. So he is taking that seriously. Canales said that Icky is progressing well. That is a very good thing to hear. at this point of time, even if we could get him like mid-season, just in case the offensive line isn't playing well, you have that option to go back to Icky. And then Canales on practice said people don't he was pretty much trying to make us Panther fans feel better about the preseason game. He said people don't understand how hard they practice 4 to 5 days a week, and sometimes he has to tell them to tone it down even. I love hearing that they practice their ass off, but it's still disappointing to see the results. If you're practicing your ass off that well, you should get a first down. Just saying. Just saying. Eventually, the great practices have to translate when another team lines up across from us. So, once again, hope to see that on Friday.
Yeah.
Is offensive line your biggest concern as of right now?
Oh, no, far from it. Because the thing is, we're missing our starting guards.
Yes.
And those guys, they're rock stars. They're pretty good.
And they're the guys we paid. We got a lot of money invested into those guards.
And to say, I think we got our money's worth every time they do play. So it's and then once you get Icky back in, now all of a sudden you got depth because you still have Rasheed Walker.
And Moden, like if everything goes well with the blood clots again is very scary. You just don't know. But he probably will be back before Icky is.
Yeah. So it's like once those guys come back, we'll have our depth back and you'll start to see what we paid for. So the O-line isn't really my big concern right now. I just wish some of the younger guys on the O-line, the backup guards, could somebody show me something, man.
Yeah.
It's like Zavala, that last game. The first game was 1 step forward. This game, 8 steps back.
You hit that right. I know David's got something to say about that.
Yeah, but it's like, man, I'm not really worried about the O-line. I like our O-line.
What's your biggest concern as of right now?
It's defense. It's still defense, regardless. That kind of was what ended our season last year. So I just want to see a fierce defense, man. Some pressure. We were pretty good at takeaways last year, so I think that's fine. But I don't want to see too much of us constantly doing bend, don't break. Like, let's create havoc this year.
See, we're opposites on that end because the offensive line worries me a little bit. I know the guys will be back, but I'm not worried about our defense. I know what we saw was what we saw, but there's no chance in hell JC and Mike Jackson are playing like that come week 1. And you know that even if the coaches call that shit, they're gonna be like, fuck no, baby, we're gonna get interceptions here. Evero, I know you're worried about him. I'm really not. Like, he was a defensive mastermind in Denver. I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Not in that preseason game, but I know he knows what he's doing. He finally has the guys on defense that he's been wanting since he's been here. So I'm really not too concerned about that. I'm still more concerned about the offense. What about you, David?
In terms of the O-line, the depth, especially within the interior, does kind of concern me a little bit, just based on what we saw, especially Mr. Chandler Zavala.
Give it to him.
I think I've been done with that guy since the Falcons game, the last Falcons game last year, because when this, for context, let's rewind a bit. Bryce got injured in the Jets game. Then he sat out for the Bills game, and then
which was such a fun game to attend, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all,
it was a nail biter for sure. Yeah. But then, now we get Bryce on the field for 3 games since then, and he still has a high ankle sprain, so it's still pretty bad. His ankle is taped up. You could see it taped up, and Zavala is the starting guard because Brady Christensen got injured as well in the Bills game, and Rob Hunt was out for that time too.
Yeah.
And what I saw is that there was a play where Bryce saw something like they were gonna put immense pressure, called a code word. I think it was Blue Giant or something like that. Everyone else heard it. Zavala didn't hear it though. And as soon as the play happened, Zavala just basically got pushed back, and then Bryce got sacked, and then all of a sudden your heart sank because he wasn't getting up because he landed on his ankle.
Yeah.
There was 2 times. The second time was when Zavala actually stepped on his ankle.
Boy.
Oh God, I remember that one.
Yeah.
And now in the preseason game, like he just folded under that kind of pressure. Like it just immediately collapsed. And I think we just got to move on. I think like he's a 4th round 2023 pick, and he showed us one good game, and that was the Hall of Fame game.
I held my breath when that defensive lineman like came up from behind Bryce and sacked him. Yeah, that could have been bad for his legs. So I'm glad he landed the way he did. But that was probably Zavala's fault.
Like your job is to protect the quarterback. You know, like every time that I see Zavala on the field, I'm like, my quarterback is going to fucking die. And so far, it's kind of been true for the most part. So,
yeah, it sucks just because we talked well about him in the last episode because he did play well against the 3rd and 4th stringers for the Arizona Cardinals. Then you put him against 1st stringers, and you're like, oh yeah, this is why he doesn't see the field often.
Yeah, and it's one thing to like struggle, right? Like if you're like, but I'm expecting you to like hold just like a little bit longer than just completely, as soon as the ball is snapped, you just instantly get pushed back, you know? That is a huge red flag for me in terms of just for any offensive lineman, whether you're a starter, you're second, 3rd team practice squad member, like your job is to be a big guy to push the other big guy to protect your quarterback. And you getting pushed back is not helping anyone, not even yourself. So, and I don't know. I would be very upset if Zavala made the roster at this point, because if either guard goes down, Damian Lewis, Rob Hunt, and Zavala has to go in, like that makes the entire O-line like a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because now you got 3 people, Fortner, Freeling, and Walker. 3 people. 2 of them, 3 of them are new to the system. 2 of them are established vets, but one of them is a rookie. And then you have Zavala, who has been in the system for about 3 years or so and has produced next to nothing in terms of like results that you want to see.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the only good offensive lineman that we have, for the most part, who's comfortable in the system is Damian Lewis. It's one person on the left side. So that is where it gets concerning. So in short, Zavala, I'm sorry, you can stay in Buffalo. I don't want you in Carolina.
You remember how we drafted him? He called Scott Fitterer and he was like, "Come on, guys, y'all got to take me here." and Scott Fitterer, like the amazing GM he is, went ahead and drafted him.
Yep.
Does the heart? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The biggest thing, though, I'm not concerned about offense or defense. The biggest thing is injuries.
Sure.
We literally cannot afford a single injury on any of our starters.
Yeah.
That's how much of our team is being held by glue and tape at this point. Like if Bryce goes down, we have Kenny Pickett. I don't really trust Kenny Pickett to carry us to the promised land, except for a top 5 pick. We lose T-Mac. Yeah, we have Coker, but will Xavier Legette take that next leap in terms of being the promised 1st round pick that he was in 2024? Probably not.
Still waiting to see.
Offensive line, if one of our starters goes down, I mean, you've seen what happened in the preseason game. So injuries are the biggest concern for me. and we're going to get injuries, unfortunately. I just hope that we still, by the end of the season, we still have most, if not all, of our team in one piece.
And injuries is just part of the game. I mean, going into the Bears game week 1, they have Kobe Bryant, their top safety, out for the entire year now. So it's not just us, but I agree with that point. We definitely can't lose anybody, but we are a resilient team. So even when people were down, I mean, that first Rams game, JC Horn didn't even play, and we were able to pull it off. So
yeah.
As long as like the depth players are like practicing hard and just buying in, it might not be so bad. But let's not even get to that point and hope everybody stays healthy. Does the hard practice explanation make you feel better, or does it start sounding like an excuse?
It makes me feel better.
Yeah, because I mean, you are actually saying it this year. Like when you see the clips and stuff, it does look like they're taking it very intensely this year. So it's true.
Yeah.
It sounds like an excuse because you hear it constantly. But like, what are they going to say? They're going to say, "Oh yeah, we're not practicing at all." Like, no, that'd be even worse. So I would, if I've seen the team, you've seen the team in the clips of the training camps, like going at each other. You heard the stories about like things getting really heated at times. A lot of camp fights this year compared to last year.
A lot.
And that's what we want to see, because football is about intensity. It's about bringing violence onto the field. And so if our players aren't having that mentality of being violent and being physical, then we're not going to be a very good football team.
Yep.
What specifically has to improve Friday?
Offensive cohesion. We need to see at least, like what you said, we need to see a first down at the very least.
At the very least.
Yeah. Offensive cohesion for sure. It doesn't have to be much. If it's just one first down and then we go 3 and out, like I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like we need to see something. Whether it's just something to like give us just that little bit of hope.
Yeah, something. What about you, Don?
I just want to see a big play from one of these deaf piece guys, man. Like one of these young guys. Somebody, please, just stand out. You know what I mean? Just have a standout game.
Absolutely.
They're depending on somebody to show up. Just show up. Just show that you're there, so we can feel more comfortable about the depth on this team.
Canales says giving up play calling duties lets him give coaching points much more immediately, especially to the offense, because that's who he was calling the plays for last year. Do you like Canales being more of a true head coach while Idzik calls the plays?
Yes.
And what do you need to see from Idzik when the game actually counts?
I need to see. So the problem with Canales as being a head coach and a play caller was that you could tell whether it's through the play calling itself or just whether it's through just him managing the game. He just could not do both at once because it was overwhelming him. So one was suffering. And as a result, especially when it came to the play calling, nothing felt like nothing had rhythm to it. We would play really conservative for like 3/2 of the game or 3/4 of the game. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, now I want to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Or he'll see the scoreboard and just completely abandon the run game, like in the San Francisco game in Monday Night Football last year, and just like be like, okay, we got to catch up. We got to like air it out more and stuff like that. And like abandoning his core principles. So I think in terms for Brad, there will be some growing pains. Obviously, it's his first time calling plays. But I want to see, like in the Hall of Fame game, I could tell the rhythm of how we were marching down the field, and it showed. Like our offense had a rhythm to it. So that's what I want to see. I want to see like that kind of play calling to where it's just like, oh, I understand what we're trying to do with this game. Our offense is also understands and is getting into the groove, and not just be like, oh, why are we giving it to Rico like 30 times for like 1 yard or 2 yards because they decided to stack the box.
Yeah, the play calling's more like genius and so boneheaded at the same time last year. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. I like to see Izzy kind of just open it up a little bit more as well. He's consistent though. Like I saw enough in the first game to us like once he has something that's working for him, he's going to keep going until you stop it. And I feel like last year Canales needed improvement on actually being a head coach. There were some game management times where you just was like, why did you do that? You know what I mean? Sometimes, especially when it came to like special teams and stuff like that, or some of these fourth down conversion plays that we were doing. And the first game, it kind of showed that now the play calling is off his back. Now he's just here for the guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be huge in his coaching this year. So I think he'll be a better head coach this year because of it. Now the burden of play calling is off. So now I got to motivate my guys at this point.
Yeah,
on
man.
both
And,
sides.
and the most exciting part is it doesn't even have to be the players that he goes and coaches up when they come off the field. Like if something isn't working on the offense, like he could go up to Brad and just discuss like, hey, let's try to do this and this now. And then he could go right back into coaching the team. Yep. You know what I mean? So I'm excited
even
for
on
that
defense too. Like if he could just say to Evero, like, hey, we're playing too far back, like we need to play more like man or those kinds of things.
I'm sure that he had already been doing that because, like, once again, when the defense is on the field, he's coaching. But yeah, he could definitely do that way more. And like, I don't think he's scared of Evero. I don't know their relationship, but yeah, when he starts seeing that, especially like going back to the playoffs, Rams game, last drive, like, Dave, go up to the fucking coach and be like, bring the cornerbacks like up, man. Bring them up.
I think now that Canales is going to be just a head coach, just focused on that, because I know that you know, if he had to do all of that and call plays, so he had to basically kind of like micromanage the offense and the defensive side while calling plays, like our record would be even worse. That's too much.
Sure.
So obviously, you know, some sacrifices have to be made. Evero, I'm assuming that he had like full control on the defensive side of the ball. But you could tell that there was some miscommunications in terms of like, you know, earlier in the season last year, someone said like, why aren't you starting the younger guys more than like the well-established vets, get them the reps? And Canales is just like, yeah, I want to start the younger guys. And then you're just like, but you're the head coach, so tell Evero to start the younger guys, you know? So I think now we're going to see more of that because he doesn't have to call plays. He could just be like, hey, this needs to happen. Like, this is his team now. It's not just like the entire thing, the entire like offense, defense, special teams. This is all his team that he's coaching. Which is going to be really good for us. The Tampa Bay game, the last one, the final.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, that one. You remember the play where we did a toss back or a screen to Rico. No, not the flea flicker. It was the screen to Rico, and the ball like he had
behind
the ball
the line of scrimmage, I think.
Yeah, and they said that it the ball was fumbled, but he recovered it, and he was about to run, but they called it dead. And then
they blew. Yes.
Yeah, they blew the whistle, and then they said, "Hey, the ball went out of bounds, so it's -6 yards for Carolina."
Like
Canales specifically stated that, like, yeah, like I didn't have time to like challenge it because they should have gotten a redo because of how confusing it was.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to call the next play, like he had to get the offense on the line for the next play, so he couldn't challenge that specifically. That would have been helpful if he did, so that we could redo that. But like those kinds of moments in the game, game managing, that will also help the game flow a lot better in terms of us as a viewer watching.
Sure. We already talked about this last week, so I won't ask the question again, but Trevin Wallace, did have an interview before the Buffalo game, and he said that him and Claude and Chairless are really close, but it is business. They both know what the competition is, and he thinks it's going to make them better. So I don't need to ask who we want to see starting because we all want to see Wallace. So we'll move on to Jasim Reed. These are players making a case to make the roster. 2 touchdowns in 2 preseason games. He's making the roster conversation very interesting. Is Reed making the 53? If yes, who does he make it over?
Well, I think he's injured right now.
Oh, yeah, he is, unfortunately. But
is he going to play?
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's anything major yet. But, for guys like that, man, this is the worst time to be hurt. So
he's looking good.
Yeah, man. So we gotta see what the injury report is on that. Hopefully, it's nothing too bad.
Let's say he's healthy, and now we're going into week 3 of the preseason. Do you think he's made a case so far to potentially take someone's spot?
Yeah.
And who?
Well, who? That's the question.
And that's the hard question.
Well, realistically, like, I would get rid of David Moore just because he's older and, we need the younger guys more importantly. But at the same time, like, he offers the veteran stability. Canales loves him.
He's such a good locker room guy too, man.
Yeah. So I think I think we're going to keep 7 wide receivers like we did last year. With Brazel injured, it's definitely going to be the 3 is T-Mac, Coker, Leggett. Those are 3 locks for sure. I want to say, and David Moore for sure. So those 4.
Lock.
Well, David Moore. Yeah. I mean, they're locked. Let's be real here. Canales isn't going to get rid of him.
True.
So then that leaves 3 other slots.
And last week we put Horn and Tremaine.
Yes. Yeah, we did do that.
Because, again, Tremaine plays special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. My heart of hearts wants John Mechie to make the roster.
That's the thing, man. We like
connection. Yeah.
We got two like it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But shit, we want Mechie and we want Reed. Like how do we fit all those guys?
Yeah, man.
I think Mechie will be the odd man out.
Sure.
Yeah,
that was the case.
Let's say Jacksonville. Let's say Reed does play in Jacksonville. What does he need to do in that game to make him impossible to leave off the roster?
Shit, score again. That's all you can do. Just keep scoring, man.
Yeah.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, exactly. You know what'll really secure it is if you have one of those Victor Cruz type games, man.
Yeah. Bro, like preseason hero, and he ended up being a good player too. That was an awesome thing to see.
Yeah.
If he shows that he has reliable hands and he can make himself open, I think he gets the roster spot for sure.
Next time he scores, just do the salsa and you're in.
Like, I mean, and it's funny to say because Jalen Coker was in this situation not long ago. Where
we cut him.
Yeah. Like,
and he made it past the way. What a blessing. We released him and no one picked him up off waivers.
Yeah. So, you never know these days, man. It could be the same story here again.
And not saying Coker's going to be this, but that would have been Kobe Bryant all over again. Fucking Hornets trading Kobe. And I know it was already set and he was never going to play as the Hornets, but whew, thank God Coker is back. Canales said Haynes King will not make it back this week. Have we already seen enough of King to feel good about where he fits going forward?
I like King's spot, to be honest. Pickett, and I remember looking at the practices this week, or was it last week? And it was like Bryce Young, great drive, touchdown. Kenny Pickett, first snap, fumble. And I was just like, oh my goodness. That's one thing I think that's forever gonna haunt Kenny Pickett, which forever concerns me is he's a turnover guy, man. Yeah, he's a vet, but you got to call a spade, man. He worries me when he's on the field.
He's looked okay in the preseason games, though.
Yeah, he's looked
to be
pretty good.
serviceable.
But it's only a matter of time. I just don't want him to be a turnover Kyle Allen type situation if he needs to step up again.
Sure.
Yeah, I preferably I would like to see Haynes King play one more preseason game just so that we get a clearer picture because he played pretty well against Arizona in the Hall of Fame game, but that could have been a one-off,
Sure.
Yep.
I think the biggest theme for this team is consistency moving forward. Can this team can the players be consistent every single week for the most part? The consistency translates well into wins, for example. So right now, though, if Haynes King wasn't injured and that was the only preseason game that was just where we were gonna play, I would have been like, let's bump King up because King had more explosiveness. He opened the game up more than Pickett did in that Hall of Fame game.
Oh yeah.
Running, he made some pretty good passes, and obviously there's some room for improvement. He overthrew the ball or he put too much power into the ball to a wide open Jimmy Horn during that preseason game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you made the case that he stays on the 53-man roster for sure.
Absolutely.
Especially if something happens to Bryce. I think I would rather see another preseason game or more games from him.
Hopefully he's back for Houston.
Yeah, I hope so.
So for Darren Waller, he heard from Carolina on Wednesday. He wasn't surprised it took a while to get signed because of his age and durability issues. He literally said that in his press conference, and he's like, it makes sense. He's like, I get it. But he's excited to be here. I mean, he's obviously going to say that too. He's going to be excited for anybody who's going to give him a job. Says he's in much better shape this offseason than last season. Last season was really just to prove to himself that he could still play. One thing he noticed about Bryce, you don't see emotional fluctuation from him. So the things everybody says about Bryce, about how he's even keel throughout the week with everything, that Darren Waller saw that the first couple of days that he was there. So that is a good trait for Bryce to have. What are your expectations for Waller? Is he going to be a major contributor, situational weapon, or anything he gives you is just a bonus?
I think he'll just be like a reliable target in an emergency situation that we need him. And he's a good red zone target. I mean, obviously, we're the ones who know about that, and we saw him last year. And I think he is in better shape because last year on the Dolphins, I don't think he was on the Dolphins the whole season, right? He kind of was off the couch. Oh, he was?
He was. Oh, yeah. He retired earlier before the season started, I think.
Yeah.
His first game was week 4, though.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, he's injury prone. I think he's going to be a situational tight end. I definitely see him in the red zone, probably third down situations as well.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to be the full-blown starter just based on his age and his injury history.
I think he might be.
Because if he goes down, then it's I
think in my eyes, I see him being the starter, and then you bring in Tremble and Evans just for situational, just different plays. But I have not read anything. This is just my thought. I just think he's going to be the starter because when he did play, he played well. And if he's in better shape this year than he was last year, that might be a nice little target we got.
It would definitely open up the passing game to have a reliable tight end for sure. We haven't had that since Olsen.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't imagine he's a bad blocker either. I don't know about his blocking, but he's 6'6", 200 something. So That's a big body.
I think the blocking will still go to Trimble. They like Trimble on the blocking. He just has that gritty energy to him. I think Trimble snaps. It's nothing to worry about. I think he'll still get plenty of touches. He'll see the field. I think they'll kind of somewhat split it, or sometimes do. I wouldn't mind seeing both of them on the field at the same time. So just switch it up. I don't think we'll be seeing Sanders much anymore though now. So it is what it is. But he had chances.
that is very true.
Yeah.
Buffalo happened. I'm not panicking over it, but Friday is another opportunity to show us that Buffalo really was just one ugly preseason game. I don't need to see, I don't need 200 yards or multiple touchdowns. I just need to see rhythm, a couple of first downs, a sustained drive, good decisions, protection, and then maybe even some points if we could put them on. We'd love to see that.
Yeah.
And that Bryce gets out healthy. So what would count as a successful night for Bryce in the starting offense against Jacksonville? I know we touched up on it a little bit earlier, but give me a stat line.
500 yards, 100% completion rate.
That's week one. That's week one. You're jumping the gun.
I want to see something like I don't know about actual statistics per se, but I definitely want to see no turnovers for sure.
Yeah.
And I paying attention to his body language, making sure I want to see that he looks poised and calm within the pocket, even when it's collapsing, because when we see that calmness, as everyone that has been around him has reported, he doesn't change emotions. That should translate to better decision making. I would assume. My main things are is a sustained drive. If it goes towards points, yeah, that's bonus. That's icing on the cake. But I want to see a sustained drive, no turnovers. That's the biggest thing.
Agreed.
I don't care about stats.
Agreed.
Yeah, I just want to see. I don't even care if it's completed. I just want to see us open it up a little bit. Let's try, have some fun out there. Get a couple shot plays going. That'll be nice to see.
That's what I was gonna say. If he does turn it over, if it's an interception, as long as it's a deep ball or a shot, I have no issues with it. Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, offensive line, better protection, actual push in the run game, fewer immediate pressures, fewer negative plays, and better communication. That's what I would like to see out of them. If the line struggles badly again on Friday, are you officially concerned? Not panicking, but concerned. And obviously, it's going to depend on who is starting and playing. But if it is the bench, if it is the bench players again, are second and third stringers, even if it's with the first team, how concerned would you be?
I'd be slightly concerned still,
just because of depth.
They are depth pieces. If our starters go down, these are the guys that we're going to have to rely on moving forward until they get back.
Yeah.
So definitely be concerned for sure.
Yeah.
And our offensive line depth, even though on paper it seems like we have good depth, we really kind of don't, I would say, especially because Rob Hunt got injured last season.
Yeah.
Moten,
Lewis too.
Lewis got hurt too. Moten has the blood clot, not his fault, but he does. Icky has that torn patellar tendon. And Brady Christensen was out for the rest of the season, halfway through last year as well. So a lot of our offense, they have a history of getting banged up, and so it's
and
just
Cade Mays left us, and he's injured now.
Yep.
Yep, that too. He's not going to play for the primetime game against us. I don't think.
Man.
God. Thank God. They don't have a center now. He was their starting center.
Who is their starting center now?
Say that again.
I said, who is the Lions starting center now? Because
it's like I know about the fucking.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
They'll figure it out.
I know a pretty good bit about the NFL. I know that they have Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. So I am pretty up to date. But when it comes to their offensive line, go watch the Meet the Opponents episode and you can find out.
There you go. Set it up for you.
Why not? Why not? I've done a Meet the Opponent series breaking down every team on the Carolina Panthers schedule. I am on week 15 for this Monday. I will be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. All right. Canales for the run game. Canales keeps saying the identity starts with running the football. Friday is another chance to show it. What matters more on Friday? Bryce looking good or Carolina successfully establishing the run?
Honestly, to me, it's the run. I think that's kind of what the offense was last year. You just want to see more success during the run because after the Rico Dowdle thing and when Chuba came back, it kind of felt like, all right, guys, yeah, we're establishing the run, but clearly it's not working with Rico.
Yeah.
But that they just kept forcing it and forcing it and forcing it. I want to see more creativity with the runs this year, actually. So let's see it be more effective, more creative this time, where as people stack the box, we know what to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think emotionally, and I say this for like the entire Panthers fan base.
Listen up, fan base. This is for y'all.
Yeah. Emotionally, for the entire fan base, would probably be Bryce looking good because this is the biggest storyline heading into this year. Is he going to be a franchise quarterback? Are we going to pay him hundreds of millions of dollars for 5 years? So emotionally, yes, but I think like, intellectually, like realistically, the run game. If our identity is running the ball and we can't even do that, then what is going to be the identity moving forward?
Who are we?
Who am I?
I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna be like, I don't even know myself anymore.
I'm wear this jersey, be like, what team is this? Huh?
So defense, I want to see the pass rush carry over, the front stay physical, Wallace and Chairless continuing to battle it out. But I want to see the secondary limit explosives and our young defenders keep developing. I definitely want to see more of Will Lee Hunter, and Zaki. I want to see all three of them more. But which defensive player are you watching the closest?
Oh, it's forever going to be the edge rushers, man. I'm watching all of them, every single one of them. We need these guys a lot. And that's the success for Evero defense, man. You need the pass rush. So if we can get that going and see it carries over to this next game or be even better than the last game, I'm happy with it.
Dude, I'm telling you, if the pass rush gets like it did against the Bills, you are going to see Thieves Ave 2.0. It'll be a better Thieves Avenue than the originals because JC Horn, Mike Jackson, both ball hawks. You put pressure, that's just money.
I like the way Smith Wade's been playing too. He had a good game last game.
Don't say that to Eric.
He'll have to get down on his knees again, just like apologizing to the king of the preseason.
And then, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, because you didn't answer, yeah. So, which defensive player are you watching closest?
I think from last year, if we're taking into account like both the rookie classes from last year and this year, last year Princely. Now that Nick Scorton's gone, this is his chance to shine. This is his big role, So I want to see if he's able to fill in those shoes, If we go into next year saying, oh, we have some edge controversy with Scorton coming back and Princely.
How sick would that be?
That's a great thing to have. Yeah. This year, there's actually a couple. Lee Hunter for sure. I want to see how he does with Derek Brown. I think that's the biggest one for sure. Will Lee, obviously.
Bro, he
as
looks good. He looks the
Yeah.
part. I have
Yeah.
to say that. When I see him on the field, I'm like, this looks like a fucking shutdown corner. If it's not this year, it will be in a couple.
Yeah.
Pat Morgan knows how to pick him, man. He knows what he likes.
I know, bro.
Jackson Kuwech, as well, the 7th rounder.
Yeah,
He looked fairly good in the Bills preseason game. I think PFF had him at a 75.6 in coverage.
Look,
I think.
Look, if he ever gets snaps this year and he gets a tackle and you're at the game and you don't go, Kuwach, then we failed him. That's the next Luke. It's going to be a little longer and a little more difficult, but that's it. Everybody gets one answer. What is the single biggest thing you need to see against Jacksonville to feel better about this team? One thing.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
Definitely efficiency.
Efficiency for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we're going same answer there. If the starting offense looks just as bad as Buffalo again, how concerned are you? Not concerned, slightly concerned, pretty concerned, or alarm bells?
Still slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say slightly.
And then after everything we've seen in camp and preseason, are you more confident, less confident, or about the same?
I'm still more confident. I do. I think this is a better team than last year, and last year was a good team. So
yes,
I'm very confident. I think this is the time where we could sneak in a 10-win season. Hopefully.
For sure.
It's a tough schedule, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a year that we're gonna probably reminisce about 5-10 years later about how this was the moment where everything changes for the franchise in terms of finding a potential franchise quarterback to making the playoffs and being contenders to having an actual football team again. I think this year will be that start of the chapter.
Absolutely.
All right, so final thoughts, guys. This could be anything. This could be Panthers football. This could be a life event that's happening soon. Anything. Any final thoughts?
Honestly, honestly, I'm just ready for this preseason stuff to be over, man.
I'm so ready for the season, brother.
Yeah,
ready.
This season is so important to just this fan base mentally.
Yeah.
This is literally, we either might be on our way to becoming a contender or
resetting for a couple years
gotta
potentially.
hit the reset again. Yeah, so it's man, and I'm tired of resetting. So I'm hoping we just take the next step, man.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think my final thoughts are just we're following the same trend as the classic Panthers from ever since Tepper has acquired this organization. But I think we should just take a deep breath. Namaste.
Yeah.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. This
that did make me feel better.
See, it does work. Yeah, meditation.
Yeah, I need to breathe more, bro. Because they did have me stressed against Buffalo.
Yeah, I think we just need to. I think we just need to try to not be so reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to be super impatient. And
it's really not even me, man. It's just it goes from watching that game and then immediately on Reddit, and then you read the fucking comments and you just want to jump out a fucking window to be I hate being the Bryce defending warrior. I need to take the players' advices, Pat Jones, Princely Umami Yellen, and I need to just get off social media when the games are over. Just don't even fucking check it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand the emotional turmoil and frustrations. I think everyone in the fan base does, considering we went from 2015 prime MVP Cam Newton to this, but like we're starting to go back on the right track, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that like we should just trust the process because we're seeing the results. You're seeing a young team slowly get more experience, mature, and like they're growing, you know?
It's just two things that piss me off. It's one, other fan bases talking shit about Bryce like they've ever seen more than 2 Panther games. And then the Panther fans who shit on Bryce like they can't fucking wait until they see him struggle so they could get right back online and be like, told y'all, like fuck those guys the most.
These
are my final thoughts.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think that if you're a true Panthers fan, it's okay to be frustrated at some of the results, if not all the results.
Of course.
You should not want the team to fail just so that you can potentially get this replacement, you know? Like that's not how you should be a fan. You should be a fan by supporting whoever's on the team and hoping that they do well and succeed because you want the team, the franchise, to succeed.
Yeah.
And if that happens to be with Bryce Young, then you just have to suck it up and deal with it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, I got a Madden League starting up. We have 13 players in the league as of right now. Anybody out there who hears this message and wants to join, this is for adults, people who are busy. You have a whole fucking week to play your game. So if you want to join the league, hit me up in my DMs. Other than that, guys, as always, keep
pounding.
Hell yeah. I waited. I got it this time.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go, baby.